Hello, hello. We are live. Hello to everyone and anyone joining me live. Thank you. And if you are watching the replay, thank you for watching. Today we are going over the moon signs in astrology. I'm excited because these are some fun ones. Along with the sun being what most everybody understands with astrology as being the most important one, the moon and your rising sign, which we will be talking about next week, all three of those together kind of give you a better overview of your personality. So yeah, we're going to dive into the moon and the signs through the moon tonight. Hopefully all goes well. I'm trying a microphone this time because, yeah, it's been needed. Hopefully I sound better. Hopefully I know how to work it and all goes well with that. And let's see, tonight I have third chakra candle burning for me tonight. Gives me that solar plexus, the willpower, confidence, all that jazz. And I just burned it out. Good thing. Anyway, and as far as high fives, good vibes, jewelry goes, I'm so far away you can't tell. Wearing rose quartz and tiger's eye tonight. Yay! So, talking about the moon sign, I'm going to go over the general aspects of it, some keywords and influences, and then I will go dive right into talking about the signs. And again, I'm reading out of the lovely astrology book here by the Carol Taylor. Yay, love this book. Look how pretty. And also excerpts from Astrology Made Simple. Let's go on this side. I can't see where I'm going. There we go. Allison Mead. So get those books because they're awesome if you want to learn more and dive into it. Super easy to understand, and doing this for you guys is helping me to understand everything more and get more comfortable talking about it. So let's dive in. The moon. It talks about, it deals with your instincts and protection. The symbol for the moon shows the waxing crescent, reminding us that the moon reflects light from the sun. In the chart, it takes a less prominent role in our conscious awareness than our solar sun. The moon rules Cancer, the day of the week, Monday, metal silver, colors white and silver. Some of the key words represented. Some of the key words for the moon are physical, emotional, instinct, maternal, nurture, intuition, feminine, nature, rhythms, and rituals, and security. All right. Where the moon is at in your chart, in the houses that we talked about last week, and also what what sign it is, other planets are involved, all that. Yeah. Oh man, we could go deep diving into all this information. You'll get further. What's the word I want to look at? I don't know. I lost my words right now. You'll get a better idea of your whole personality more in depth. But of course, we are just going to try to generalize, but still give a little bit more than what your normal horoscopes or things like that would give you. So, the moon in your chart also governs influence in early life childhood. The moon is often the governing influence. I can't think. All right, rewind all that. Before awareness of solar individuality and personal will begins to take hold, it also governs instincts. The moon reflects our instinctive reactions and responses, and the ingrained habits and behavioral patterns we develop to ensure our survival. Intuition. Here, you will respond according to your feelings and intuition. The sun symbolizes the lifelong journey of heroic self-discovery, but the moon tells us what you are by nature and instinct. Nurturing. The moon can describe our relationship to our mother or anyone who plays a mothering figure to us. At the heart, it shows what nurturing means to us, and the complex feelings we have around this will inform the relationships we create with anyone who takes care of us. It also describes how we offer nurturing to others. This also deals with self-care. Food comes under the moon, but it shows how we feed ourselves both literally and metaphorically. Reaching out for what makes us feel fed and satisfied. Our eating habits often act as a barometer for deeper feelings. And also relationships. Close contact with partners will evoke the lunar side of us sooner or later. The moon shows what feels right to us, and the clash of lunar styles can make or break a relationship. The moon connects you to your tribe, drawing you to people and places where you feel at home. Interestingly enough, my hubby and I are the same sign. We both have Sagittarius moon. Pretty cool. All right, so I am going to run through each of the signs, of course, starting with Aries. Okay, so Aries in the moon. It does not suit you to be held back or have to wait for others. You might show caring by helping your charges develop their independence. And I'm also going to read the longer version here out of this book. With Moon and Aries, these people feel that they need to accomplish and quickly move on after other disappointments. I should have burned the other candle. Keep that communication going. Note for next time. Their feelings may arise, pass, and fall away quickly, allowing them to be resilient. The moon in Aries feels love intensely and passionately, but sometimes only for short periods of time. This is a sign that wears its heart on its sleeve. With a moon in Aries native, feelings are not hidden. You know what you're getting. Potential downsides are impatience with others and a trend toward self-involvement. The moon in Taurus, let's see, it is a prerequisite. Maybe I should have waited till next Tuesday. I can't speak tonight. It is a prerequisite to take things slowly and calmly, paying proper attention to basic needs. Touch is important for well-being. I believe there's Mercury retrograde happening, so, I'll blame it on that. Moon in Taurus. Many great cooks have their moon placed in the sign of Taurus. Since this sign craves comfort, including comfort food, its emotions are connected to issues of feeding and being fed. This can be literal through feeding friends and family, or metaphorical by feeding the world through financial contributions to charity or creative work that is put out in the world. Though this sign can be slow to trust, slow in almost everything, actually, for this sign. Once someone with this placement trusts you, you are trusted for life. They love deeply and can be sensitive to perceived slights on the job. Sometimes they will stay unhappily in a situation longer than they should. Their challenges are to become more discerning and proactive. Though the moon in Taurus is a wonderfully comfortable placement, it's not great for getting things done or staying motivated long over time. All right. Moving on to Moon in Gemini. What feeds you is verbal contact or learning, reading, and information exchange as part of your daily routines. And people born with Moon in Gemini are usually great talkers and storytellers. It's not my placement, as you can tell. With the need to convey their ideas, beliefs, and thoughts on almost anything. People with the moon in Gemini make friends easily and have numerous social contacts, even if those people may sometimes struggle to get a word in edgewise. Being social is what drives this moon, since emotions are centered on connecting. Though they love with fervor, it's often very short-lived. Those with the moon in Gemini can have short attention spans and is then on to the next person, place, or thing, making it easy to leave behind romantic disappointment or get over the loss of a job. They are caring, but they're not most nurturing of the sign, and they may have trouble sharing. Like their namesake, the twins, these people can appear two-faced or fickle, and their challenges often lie in being a little deeper and more loyal. Drink break. And we are in the moon in Cancer. I know somebody had commented that is their sign, so I hope you are watching or will rewatch. The moon in Cancer, your primary concern is security. There is a deep instinct to nurture and protect yourself and others. Feelings wax and wane, but they are powerful. Since the moon in Cancer's ruling planet is Cancer's ruling planet, this is the easiest fit in the zodiac. People born with the moon in Cancer have a natural tendency toward nurturing. This nurturing is mostly focused on others, however, and one challenge of this placement lies in learning to love and nurture themselves. This sign is very deep and sensitive. Emotional slights can cut a little deeper and take more time to heal, so handle the moon in Cancer with care. Cancer's hard shell prevents the native from being too vulnerable with others, but it can also make them shy. You will likely need to work pretty hard to gain the trust of a moon in Cancer. But if and when you do, you will also gain their intense loyalty. These people make great parents, friends, and mates because they're very devoted. Part of their mission in life is to make everyone feel instantly at home. All right, the moon in Leo. You seek an active flow of praise and love from others. You may be naturally connected to your own creative talents or seek to nurture these in other people. Given Leo's tendency to be generous and outgoing, people born with the moon in Leo know how to have a good time. They are also very giving in love. Leo's fire element can be seen in how willing the moon in Leo can be to act on their emotions. They are fond of grand gestures and splashy proposals, especially when they really like you. Since the moon in Leo loves fiercely, they will protect you to the ends of the earth. This placement requires friends, mates, and coworkers to be appreciative of their gregarious nature. If you don't want to hear an exciting story or hilarious anecdote, chances are you're not going to fit in with this moon sign. The moon in Leo trusts easily, sometimes too easily, but is quick to recover after any disappointment. Give them plenty of attention and love, and they will be putty in your hands. Moon in Virgo. Your style of caretaking tends to be practical, quietly attending to humble tasks. Care over diet and exercise can be your key to well-being. And deeper here, people with the moon in Virgo usually have a highly developed sense of curiosity about the world and a keen eye for detail. Emotionally, they notice every little thing you say and do. Don't be surprised if a moon in Virgo recalls something you said 4 years ago during an argument. Though Virgo can be somewhat analytical and seem a tad cold, it's more about how they compartmentalize their feelings. If it's not convenient to get upset at work, for example, the moon in Virgo can exercise great self-control until they get home. Their emotions are bound up with security issues. Romance and love both need to offer security, or the moon in Virgo may panic and seek what they need elsewhere. They tend to nurture through organization and service. If they're offering to help you, it means that they care. Micromanaging. Find the balance, Virgos. All right, and moon in Libra. You have an instinct to create relationships and may feel more at home in partnership than on your own. Calm and peace are needed for your well-being. Libra, we are all about balance, fairness, and justice. These are the three concepts very important to people born with the moon in Libra. Just as the scales need to balance, these natives strive for harmony in humankind, whether that's through working in social justice or in romantic relationships. Relationships of all kinds are incredibly important to the moon in Libra. Their social calendars are generally filled, and they're always on the lookout for more activity. The ruling planet Venus makes them very romantic at heart, and the fastest way to win their heart is with a romantic gesture. As an air sign, the moon in Libra needs to learn how to be a little deeper with their emotions. They do love intensely, but they may also fall into certain predetermined roles or even disengage emotionally. The challenge is to remain healthy, vital, and engaged while retaining balance. Moon in Scorpio. All right. Scorpio, their emotions tend to run deep, and holding on to hurts can at times be destructive. Tough physical exercise can be a way to discharge these feelings. With the moon in Scorpio, emotions are often deep and intense. How about that? On one hand, the sign is deeply intuitive, in touch with the whole cosmos. On the other hand, Scorpio loathes to be vulnerable and might fight to stay hidden no matter what the cost. This is the most secretive sign in the zodiac, and the moon in Scorpio needs to keep emotions tucked away until feeling safe to reveal them. Though the moon in Scorpio can be incredibly nurturing, it can also be harsh and punishing. If you step out of line, expect a sting to come your way. Whether physical or verbal, this rebuke is not something that you will soon forget. The moon in Scorpio also needs to be loved in a demonstrable way, where they can become suspicious and even jealous. Moon in Sagittarius. This is my placement and hubby's placement. Yeah, that's all I know in our immediate family. Try to keep track of everybody. So, moon in Sagittarius, you need room to move and travel around, both physically and emotionally. The best nurturing is a feeling of inner freedom. With the moon in Sagittarius, they have an emotional makeup that is connected with how you learn, seek, quest, and travel. The moon in Sagittarius is restless by nature, on the move in all they do. Honesty is important to them. If you break their trust, don't expect to get it back. The moon in Sagittarius feels deeply and loves with a great deal of heart, but as a fire sign, it's also action-oriented. If you're not a true partner, equal in every sense of the word, they may seek out someone more to their expectations. They tend to nurture by telling the truth, sometimes more than most people want to hear. The challenge with this placement lies in learning patience and diplomacy. It's easier to swallow a truth bomb if it comes wrapped up in a little bit of kindness. Oh. All right, we got 3 more to go. Capricorn. You may need a structured routine, and you tend to be efficient with your time and resources. Safety comes from feeling that you are in control. The moon in Capricorn has a tendency toward conservatism. These natives want to conserve their love, meting it out in small doses, or compartmentalizing their feelings like Virgos. Saturn rules a sign, and there is somewhat buttoned-down quality to how feelings are expressed. They seldom share their emotions, except perhaps with close friends, mates, and their family members. They do love, but it's often for practical reasons. The moon in Capricorn's emotional life is sometimes dependent on the perception of security or insecurity. For example, having more money in the bank may make them feel more able to interface with others. The moon in Capricorn isn't very vulnerable or romantic by nature, but may show its affection with practical gifts or by taking care of their loved ones with money and investments. Practicality. Moon in Aquarius. Naturally gregarious and interested in the alternate option, you might feel most at home living in a community. The moon in Aquarius struggles with the innate feeling of the moon pitted against the innate thinking nature of Aquarius. Thinking feeling. This is probably the least emotional moon placement, and these natives may even struggle with social anxiety or social cues. They feel emotions, but a thinking dimension is often present, such as choosing a partner because they look good on paper. The moon in Aquarius is not vulnerable or particularly secretive, but does not need time and space to ruminate, consider, and think over the complexities of the universe. Don't look for nurturing from the moon in Aquarius. That's the job of other signs. Being willing to help you solve a personal issue is often their way of expressing devotion. Take it at face value. And finally, we are at the moon in Pisces. It can be hard for you to identify how you feel, and sensitivity to others' feelings may cloud the issue. Retreat and time alone are needed for you to recharge. All right. And let's see. The moon in Pisces may be the most emotional in the zodiac. These natives feel things deeply, cry easily, and often find creative ways to express these emotions through art and music. I am a sun in Pisces, but I can tell you that's all true. For the sun, anyway. The moon in Pisces loves unconditionally, often getting lost in love or by putting on rose-colored glasses. Their challenge lies in seeing people and situations clearly and establishing healthier boundaries. However, emotions are integral to their life's mission. The moon in Pisces has the conviction that there's a reason for feeling things so deeply and experiencing the pain and suffering of the world so intensely. Why don't I have this in my personal? This seems like my whole life. These natives are learning how to be highly sensitive and apply this sensitivity in a functional way to their life and work. This placement is perfect for creators of all kinds, for those who nurture children or the elderly, and for anyone in the healing professions, particularly where it involves healing from addictions. The moon in Pisces has much to offer the world through its intensely emotional makeup. And there we go. That, my friends, is Let's Chat Tuesday, all about the moon signs in astrology. So I hope you had downloaded your birth chart and looked it up and figured out where you are located in that whole spiel that I just did. All right, no more comments here. Thank you again for those here live watching. All right. Any other questions, comments, etc., feel free to write them down in the comments here of the event. Message me, DM me, email me, Instagram me, all that good stuff. Find me. I am totally willing to talk about anything and everything, or even just drop by and say hi. So thank you for joining me tonight. And that is the video. Quick and easy and no storming. We're good. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.